Hey everyone, so tonight I'm going to be working on Super Mario, the theme song from that. I've taught it before, but it's one of my most viewed videos and I get a ton of feedback on it asking if it could be taught slower in much less nice ways of saying that. Regardless, I thought it would be a good idea. Sometimes people are nice about it and ask, so don't worry. But basically I'm going to break it down part by part, so tonight I'm going to be working on the first bit. I'll play through it first and then I'll give you the notes, and I have that sheet so that I can kind of guide you through it easier and show you how the hands relate to each other. So let's run through it first and then I'll break it down. Okay, so that's the first bit. There are other parts to it, but I'm going to do it part by part because it might take a while to kind of explain this slower. That's why it was kind of all pushed into one in the first lesson. So basically, what I did is put this sheet together here. I'll try to show it to you here for a bit so you can pause on this if you need to. It's not the most clear way to write it out, but I write it out by note and like letter. Basically, what we're dealing with at the beginning is this. So we're doing in the right hand. So that E is just, that line dictates that it's like different. It's I didn't want to write a million E's there. So basically it's 1, 2, 3. So it's 3 times with that. It's just, you'll have to listen to it to get the syncopation right, but it's C, E, G, and then jump down with your hand to the lower G here. Okay, so practice that. Make sure you have that down. And just following a regular C major triad there. Okay? So just practice that, and then the accompaniment to that bit, which I think is important to cover now, is in the left hand, and what we're doing there is hitting a D when we're hitting the E here. And when you do when you hit that upper G there, you hit the left hand with that. That's why it's shown up here where the lines for the G lines up, because it goes da da da. Here we go. And that's when you hit both of the G's there. So, and then there's that after note, but it's not with the left hand. It's just the right hand playing that G. Okay, so try to pause that there if you have to work through it, but try to play through this with me now, really slow. So ready? 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, one more time. Okay, and I kind of played a little bit wrong in the left hand there, so let's do it one more time. Ready? You want that the note here, the D, to match up with the, and hit every note except for that G where it switches to this, okay? Okay, so that's that bit, and that's the beginning part that just leads into it, and it comes back to that after the other part of the song that you learn in the next few, in this series of the Super Mario's theme song. So the next bit goes like this, and it's kind of got a Latin feel to it, which is actually really interesting for a video game. But maybe that's why people said I was playing too fast in the last lesson. I tend to play really fast. But basically it's, the hands are working together in a very traditionally Latin feel to it, where they kind of mimic each other. The hands are doing the same thing, but with harmonies and stuff. So, and they're just mimicking each other pretty much the whole time. It's not the same shape necessarily, but they're always hitting a note with the same note. So it goes like this at the beginning. The first bit is this. I'm going to teach you hand by hand, so I'll do the right hand first. So it walks down an inverted C chord, C major. So we're doing C, G, E. Okay? C, G, E. And then we move our second finger up here to the A. And then we go A, B, B flat, A. And switch over to the thumb there. Whatever finger position you want to use on it, that's fine. Just I'm going to give you my tips of what I do. So C, G, E, A, B, B flat, A. Okay, and then we're there. And then we do G, one note below that, to, and we're going up, G, E, G, A. Okay, so I'll play it down here so you can see it better. So it'll be G, E, G, A. And if you can't reach that, you don't have to hold this the whole time, so you're gonna, if you had to, if you have a smaller hand than mine, you can't reach that far. It's all good. 2, 3, 4. So it goes G, E, G, A. And then the last bit is pretty easy actually. It's just F, G, E. So just like, if you think of this as 1, 2, 3, it's 2, 3, 1 in the setup of that. So 2, 3, 1 on F, and then same thing on C. So C, D, B. Okay? Okay? So, reviewing that one more time, we're going down from C, C, G, E, A, B, B flat, A, and then G, E, G, A, F, G, E, C, D, B. Okay? And that's the whole right hand of this part. So it goes. And it's kind of in that rhythm. I did it pretty close. So try to play that with me kind of slow now. Ready? Okay? So pause it if you have to and go back and learn it and practice a few times, but then try to play with this, okay? 2. All right. I messed up the last bit there, I'm sorry. Let's try one more time, ready? 2. Okay, that's it. And just keep practicing that hand on its own, but if it does work for you to play them together, because it actually relates really well in this song where the notes are kind of like paralleling with another, sometimes it's easier to learn it together, so it's up to you. This is the left hand though. I'll show it to you on its own first. It is, as I said, mimicking this, so you know, and then it goes excuse me, like that. Okay, and it's just kind of following the same shapes and forms, and kind of the melody line of that just has harmonies though. So what we're doing is, we're in the C, not inverted this time, the right hand's inverted, but the left hand's going to be in a standard root position of a C major chord, and we're going to do G, E, C, and then we go F, G, G flat, F. Okay? And I slide down with my second finger from the G flat to the F there. It probably isn't the best way to do it. You should probably try to get a different finger in there, but for me that's just the way I've come to play it because I play it very fast. So maybe your third finger there or something. And then it goes E, let's see. Yeah, it jumps from E to C. So you're just doing E to C. And the harmony on this one, instead of being on F here, that's what mimics it here, and it's on D. So it's D, E, C, and then it's A, B, G. So just like in the right hand, you're doing, but when you put them together, okay? So let's try to play the left hand alone pretty slow and see if we can do that together. Again, if you need to pause it and practice a few times through, do that. The left hand definitely can be trickier to do difficult things, anything more than just, you know, you're used to using even just root chords. In most of the songs I teach on here, it's usually just like, you know, octaves of notes. But once it gets more complex with different songs as you get into it, and this one is one of them. Like Latin songs have a lot of that. Classical pieces obviously have a lot more going on in the left hand, and so there's a ton. But this one's pretty simple as it goes for that, so it's a good introduction into doing more with your left hand. So let's try this here. Starting on G, we're going to do that. Okay, ready? used to playing it just by itself, so I'm going to, let's just do it here and I'll pretend I'm playing it. So, let's see. Just play it together. If you notice, there is that timing difference where there's kind of a gap here. Ready? I'll show you. I'll stop when it is. There's that part where it goes da 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 da. Yeah, that's that GA. That happens without anything in the left hand. That's the only notes that do. So. So I hope that's clear. I know there's a lot of notes and I know there's a lot of parallels going on, but just know that the notes mostly line up with each other. Okay, and let's play that together. You definitely want to pause it if you, unless you're at this level where you can just try this. But you might want to pause it and practice through each hand separately or together or whatever you want to do. But this is going to be them together pretty slow, and I'll just play them note by note so that we can kind of do it without the rhythm for right now. So we're playing G in the left hand and C in the right hand, and then we're playing E in the left hand and G in the right hand, and then that's an E in the right hand and a C in the left. So just walking down that way. If you notice, it's one step behind here, so like the C is up here, and then it's following it to the G, and then it follows it to the E, and that one goes down to C. So, and then you're just going here to F in the left hand and A in the right, and doing that kind of walk up that just kind of walks around this B flat and G flat. So just practice that. So, and then we go to E in the left hand and G in the right. And we jump to E in the right hand and C in the left. Okay, and then we're doing that. Where if you want to, when it hits the GA, when you go up to GA here, you can hit the F. Okay, on the A, and that's where we do the note, the kind of groups of three here. So it's F in the right hand and D in the left, and then up one, down one below that. Same thing here, but on C and A. Okay? And then it goes back into it one more time. So let's try it a little faster now if you've had time to practice it. So, and you know what? Let's have some fun with it. Why not? I feel like that's close. That's fun. Okay. So ready? From the beginning of this section, not this yet. We won't do that yet. Let's just do the normal, the bit. So kind of a little faster, but not too fast. Okay. Ready? Here we go. I'm just ending on a C, C, G, E, G, C. Any variation of a C major chord. Okay. So that's that bit, and that was pretty much full speed. In the video game itself, it's not that fast, but I tend to play it like for some reason because I don't know, too much coffee or something. But anyway, you will start at the beginning and play through this all together. Hopefully you have it down now. If not, you can pause it and go back and make sure you see everything. I'll put the little sheet out at the end for a little bit longer. And you know what, I'll just do it now so you can, if you want to pause it now and kind of see any notes that you're missing out on. I might add that as well because at this point, yeah, the F falls right here with the A if you want to add that in. It's an optional F. But you can pause it on this if you need to and take a look at that. Okay. Cool. And so let's try it through all together with the. Okay. So ready to go? Here we go. 3, 4. So that is a fun fun one to play. People love it, and I think it's a good one to know. The next part of this that I'll be showing you next time, and I'll link to after this, is the, let's see, let's get back on piano. Yeah, it's this bit. That whole thing, and then the next part after that will be, I mean, that'll pretty much be it, and then it loops back is what's nice, and it goes back to what you already know now. So keep an eye out for those, and it's cool to learn it all together, but you can definitely learn just parts of it, and people have short attention spans anyway, so they'll just listen to one. So good luck. Let me know if there's any comments or questions, and subscribe for more, and suggest different stuff you want to know. Thanks for watching.